How's it going, gamer? You got hands here. And today in Dauntless, we're going over the best way, in my opinion, to use your points in your Terra Escalation talent tree. I go over each talent and each amp and each passive buff, which is really nice, and I talk about what it's going to make us and how it's going to make us awesome. I even show in this video a build for every Malkarion weapon, just in case you're excited and you need a build to hop into Terra Escalation to kick some butt. So turn on your system, grab your favorite Malkarion weapon, and let's get ready. We're about to get in this video right now. Alright gamers, today we're going to go over the Terra Escalation amp tree and the best way to set it up, in my opinion, in terms of having the best amps, the best damage, attack speed, and movement speed for yourself. So this isn't really support amp setup. This is a selfish amp setup, and it's really nice. It's very strong, and it'll make you go hard in Terra Escalation. So remember, if you have all your points set, you can reset it so you can try out this setup of mine that I'm about to show you. So let's go over this and talk about it a bit. Your first choices are Pack of Hunger, Zai's Maneuvers, and Torrent Shield. Torrent Shield is real nice for a little bit of support, but like I said, we're going to be selfish. Pack of Hunger is not that great because you don't need the self lifesteal that it gives you, because there's a passive one over here that we're going to use. So you can consider this one just not even there. But like I said, we're going to be selfish and we're going to max out Zai's Maneuvers for some really nice movement speed, because this is good, but I kind of like the movement speed. But remember, you could probably use this one if you'd like. So therefore, the next tree needs one more spot. Bam, that's the one we're going to use. Next, we have Pact of Swiftness. Shrapnel, which is really nice nowadays because it's tenacious and everybody's using the shield builds, and it is really dope. And then Lucky Strikes. Lucky Strikes is really nice because it's another passive one, and it gives us a passive critical strike chance. And later on at the end, I'm going to tell you what we're going to be using to boost this even more. So we're going to max out Lucky Strikes for that crit chance. Since we need one more, and like I said, we're being a little bit selfish, we're going to probably use Pact of Swiftness, because that is really nice, even though it gives us only attack speed and movement speed. So next, for our next tree, we have Pact Tactics, Strega's Tonic, and Mender's Gift. Mender's Gift is okay, but it's great for support and all that, but we're going to probably go with Strega's Tonics because it gives us a passive lifesteal, which is like you have Iceborne, because later on we get even damage reduction. So we're going to max that one out. So the next point we need to use to unlock this, I would suggest maybe maxing out Pact of Swiftness or adding Pact Tactics, but we're going to do Pact of Swiftness so we can max out that amp. Next we have Reckoning, Upgrade Elemental Forms, and Moria's Reinforcement. So this one's really nice because it gives us a damage reduction, which turns us into like having an Iceborne build like I mentioned. So we're going to go ahead and max this one out as well, and that leaves us using one more point. We're definitely going to use Reckoning, because until the next behemoth is defeated, you gain extra damage, but you take more damage. But man, I tell you, with a strong build and the fact that we have a lot of passive healing and damage reduction, you could possibly just destroy the behemoth before they even hurt you, without a doubt. And that unlocks the next tree. We have Shield Sphere, Cat's Claws, and Thrill of Hunt. Thrill of Hunt is one of the awesomest, most bestest ones to get in the beginning because it keeps stacking up damage. But we kind of want this one because this is a passive damage, so we're going to definitely max this one out. That opens the next one, but hold up. We really want Thrill of the Hunt because it is that good, so we're going to max that out as well. And then for these last ones, they add a bunch of amps from other escalations into this escalation. So you don't really want to use all of these, because then it's going to flood your chances to get the ones you want that are in the different areas versus the ones that here that you chose, because then you'll have these three plus those three, which is a lot. So what we're going to do is use Critical Thunder, because that gives us Virulent Impact, which is one of the most awesomest amps ever in any escalation, without a doubt, because it is crazy. We also have a passive crit chance from Lucky Strikes right here. So if you happen to run a crit build with this and you get Virulent Strike, it's going to be, Virulent Impact, it's going to be really awesome. And even if you're not running a crit build and you're running a build that attacks real fast, and so you have chances to do crit chances, you're going to see Virulent Impact definitely proc without a doubt. And some of the other amps that this comes with you need to look out for also is Spiteful Onslaught and Duelist Precision, like it says here. Those together with Virulent Impact would be really nice, and you'll just go ham, crazy hard destroying stuff. So for the last point that we have, as you can see, we have one more point left, and we just went through this, and we have some pretty dope upgrades. You could essentially add whatever you want that you see here that's open. Maybe finish upgrading Torrent Shield for a really nice solid shield on your Lantern hold, which goes for all Slayers and you for 15 seconds. Or you could do a little something like this and add up Pack Tactics, which is cool, but it's only after a Behemoth is interrupted, so you gotta really hope you're getting the boops, or maybe your teams are getting boops. If you want to go for a little bit more support, maybe get the vent, and hopefully you can get to the vent before the other players so you can heal everybody. Maybe my best choice, my decision, would be this one, Elemental Forms, because they're pretty nice, especially the Shock Form, which increases your crit chance, so that would even sync well with a crit build or with Virulent Impact and all that stuff down there that we just talked about. I mean, there's other elemental forms as well that you get, so this increases the duration, which is pretty nice. So that would be my suggestions for all of this, and I really hope you enjoy it, and I hope you find this useful, and have fun. What is up, gamers? We're going to go over these builds for Malkarion's weapons real fast, and as you're going to see a recurring thing that some of the armor pieces are the same, so eventually you're going to get really good at making your own builds, especially for these weapons. I don't have the Warpike, but as you can see, you'll eventually learn how to add the Warpike in one of these builds to make it work. So let's hop into this real fast, and I'm going to go through it real quick because it's for every weapon except for the Warpike and repeaters. So this is the Galvanic Impact, which is the hammer. It's really nice. We're going to put a Wild Frenzy and an Overpower cell. I prefer the Concussive Salvo, or more importantly, Mighty Landbreaker for even more damage, but that's entirely up to you. Extended Clip and bond it to Thundering Maul. Etheric Tumen is real nice because it's going to recharge our conduit often. And 30% damage to Behemoth heads. Heck yeah. The headpiece is Shrouds that has a Rage. We're going to put a Discipline. This is also Shrouds, and we're going to put an Overpower. These are Malkarion's arms, and we're going to put a Wild Frenzy. And these are Koshai's legs, and we're going to put a Conduit. And then we're going to use Drask's Lantern and a Conduit in there. And all in all, what that gives us is a Conduit, Overpower, Predator, Rage, Wild Frenzy, Etheric Tumen, and Discipline. So that's real nice damage, real nice attack speed. You're really going to love these builds, trust me. So let's hop into the next one, Strikers. These are the Mistral Currents. We're going to put an Overpower cell and a Berserker cell in this. And we're going to use Titan's Crash and Psychonic Strike Plate. And we're going to bond it to the same thing because of the Etheric Tumen and the damage to the head. The headpiece is Shrouds, and we're going to put a Discipline cell. The chest piece is also Shrouds, and we're going to put an Overpower. The arms are also Malkarion's, and we're going to put a Wild Frenzy. Koshai's legs, we're going to put a Zeal, or you can definitely put Catalyst. It's entirely up to you, or Conduit. And then we're going to use Drask's Eye, and we're going to put another Zeal. All in all, that gives us an Overpower, Predator, Rage, Zeal. I mean, look at all those damages. Etheric Tumen, Berserker, Discipline, Wild Frenzy. This is a solid, good build. So let's hop into the next one, the Sword. The Cyclonic Fury. We're going to put an Overpower and a Wild Frenzy. And you can definitely use Avenging Overdrive or Ardent Cyclone because we have a lifesteal and damage reduction from the amps, so it's entirely up to you. We're going to use Recursive Heal because that is really nice mod, and we're going to bond this one to Stormclaws because we want that energized. What's really nice is after dodging through an attack you gain 100% bonus meters for 4 seconds, so that's dope. And then we're going to use Shroud's headpiece and put a Discipline cell, and then Koshai's chest, and we're going to put an energized. Malkarion's hands, and we're going to put a Berserker. And these are Charog's legs, and we're going to put an Overpower. And Drask's Lantern, and we're going to put a Zeal. And like I said, you can use Conduit, or no, we have a +3 in here. You can definitely use Catalyst without a doubt. All in all, what that gives us here is a +6 energized, Overpower, Predator, Rage. See, that's really nice damage. And Weapon Charge, even more damage. Discipline, Wild Frenzy, so this is a really dope build as well. The next one is the Chain Blades. We're going to throw a Predator and an Overpower cell. Definitely rock Reaper's Dance and Serrated Blades, and we're going to bond this to Thundering Cutters. The headpiece is Rezi's head. That's a Conduit, and we're going to put a Berserker cell. This is Shroud's chest. We're going to put a Discipline. These are Malkarion's arms, and we're going to put a Wild Frenzy. Charl's legs, and we're going to put an Overpower. For the lantern, we're definitely going to use Drax again because of the insta-tab gives you that damage, and we're going to put a Conduit cell in there. So all in all, what that gives us is a Conduit, Overpower, Predator, Rage, Etheric Tumult, Berserker, Discipline, Wild Frenzy. Next is the Axe, the Terminal Voltage. We're going to throw a Berserker and a Discipline, Grim Onslaught, and Volatile Axe Core is awesome. We're going to bond it also to Thundering Scythe. The headpiece is Rezzi's that has a Conduit where you put a Predator cell. The chest is Shrouds that has a Rage and we put an Overpower. These are Malkarion's arms, we're going to put a Wild Frenzy. And these are also Charl's legs, we're going to put an Overpower in there. And then for this lantern, we're using Embermanes for the boost of attack speed, and we're going to put a Conduit cell in there. So this is a nice axe build. It got a +6 Conduit, Overpower, Predator, Rage, Etheric Tumult, Berserker, Discipline, and Wild Frenzy, so it's really dope. You can definitely take away the Berserker and add another Wild Frenzy, but the Berserker does proc with the hammer and the axe build because they do attack fast enough, especially if you're using tonics, especially when you start getting all your amps and everything. So as you can see, these builds that we got going on, they're very similar in a certain way and in a certain fashion. They're very strong, they have solid good damage buffs, attack speed buffs, weapon recharge, and there's room for adjustments or improvement in terms of if you want to have it make it into a crit build, since we do have some crit amps in our build, in our talent tree that we'll be using. So like I said, you can adjust the Berserkers for more attack speed if you don't like Berserker, or the Berserker and Wild Frenzy for cunning, you know, or do a little few armor changes around to get cunning instead. But this should help you give a guideline for these builds and help you go along in your way to build making and kicking butt in Terra Escalation without a doubt. So that's all I got for you gamers. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any comments, hit me up down there in the comment section, and check out the video's description for the Warpike build and the link to our Discord, so join us there too. This is all I got. This is Hans signing out. Peace, y'all.